Ms. Jorji, the Afro-Trap queen taking TikTok by storm. Have you met Ms. Jorji yet? If not, it's time to get familiar. She's bold, she's unapologetic, and she's serving Afro-Trap vibes with a raw edge that's impossible to ignore. From Nigeria to your For You page, this rising digital powerhouse is making noise, and trust us, you're gonna want to hear it. Ms. Jorji, known online as at msjorjiabg, is not your average content creator. She blends Afro-Trap music with fierce, fearless commentary, effortlessly switching between savage punchlines and soulful rhythm. She's building a sound and brand uniquely her own. Think grit meets glam, trap meets tradition. With over 21,000 TikTok followers and more than 200,000 likes, Ms. Jorji doesn't just post, she commands attention. Whether she's dropping bars, replying to haters, or sharing hard truths with a dose of humor, she owns every second of screen time. Her confidence? Undeniable. Her vibe? Unmatched. One of her breakout moments? The viral track, Toxic, Ms. Jorji, a raw, rhythmic expression of heartbreak and defiance. It's not just a sound, it's a statement. Fans call it relatable. Critics call it bold. We call it the beginning of something much bigger. And Ms. Jorji isn't afraid to get real. Her videos often touch on social issues, from relationships to cultural identity, and she's never shy about calling things as she sees them. That's what makes her different. She's not chasing trends, she's setting them. Ms. Jorji is more than a content creator, she's a movement in motion. Afro-Trap energy, big ABG vibes, and a whole lot of hustle. Follow her now or hear about her later, because this queen, she's just getting started. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Ms. Jorji isn't just going viral, she's claiming her crown.